Trips up, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Pass Interference. I did it again. Pass Interference. Casual fan commentary for all your sports needs. I'm RJ Bam. That's Alex Leffler. We appreciate y'all. It's been a few weeks.
2-week hiatus.
2-week hiatus. First Sunday I was in Hawaii. Second Sunday was the night after we celebrated my birthday, and we were both dead I was dead for like 40 hours. So
I was dead all of Sunday.
Yeah, I was dead Sunday and then into Monday, and then did I throw up on you?
No.
Oh, okay. I heard like I threw up on.
I'm pretty sure you had the window closed. Like none of my clothes have puke on them. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, the inside of the car was a mess.
How was cleaning it?
She actually had to clean it because I couldn't get up without throwing up.
Oh,
Because she cleaned it the next day, or we had it detailed at a place, but they were just like, "Can you just take the chunks out?" So she's like scooped up she took it there, and the dude was like, "Hey, whoever threw up in here ate a lot of oatmeal, huh?" So it's like a whole bunch of oatmeal chunks apparently.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was a bad day. Hangovers in your 30s are not a game.
That was my first hangover.
Ever?
Yeah. I've never felt that bad in my life.
I've only felt bad like a few times, but that was by far the worst. I
felt like I didn't even drink that much either.
I didn't think you had. I didn't think you drank that much.
But the next day I woke up, got up, and I was like, nah, this ain't feeling good. So
Kiki was like, she was taking like she was like TMZ that night. She was like recording videos, and there's a video of like me and Simeon like at the W just sitting there and talking, and we were talking about how like I took like 13 shots, and I was like I was okay, and then Simeon bought me a 14th shot, and then I was like, yo, I'm
pretty sure I gave you 2 more after that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I was like, because you had a lot at dinner.
Yeah.
And then at the W, I bought you, I think, 3.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
And I know other people were buying you drinks, so...
Oh, damn. I didn't even know how many I had. I thought I stopped at 13 or 14.
No.
Apparently I had more. I heard, like, when I did a podcast with Marcus this past week, he was like, before we left, G was like, okay, let's get him one more shot. And Marcus was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to die if we get him one more. He's like, no, let's get him one more. But they didn't. But, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. Let's get into some sports. Let's talk about how, before this season started for NBA, I was saying Celtics was going to win the conference.
Mm-hmm.
And right now they're kind of, and it's only been a month, but they're handling themselves pretty well.
Yeah, but
and
now
number one, I know Kemba got hurt, and that was kind of devastating. So I don't know how that's going to affect the team. I didn't see any updates on that. I just heard he had a concussion. But
I heard he was out the rest of the year.
Really?
Yeah, that's the whispers I heard. I mean, it was just through Xbox friends. I didn't do any research or anything like that on what actually happened to him.
Yeah.
But I just heard that he's out for the rest of the year.
He had a collision, and then he had to get stretchered out, like.
Maybe that's why they said, he was done the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because I was online with a bunch of guys when it happened.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh.
And then I was watching them stretcher him out, and then, like, the dude in the front that leads is always, like... There's so many videos online of the guy that's in the front, like, dropping the person or something, and then, like, he was walking backwards, and I don't know if there was, like, a step or something, but he almost, like, dropped Kemba. I was like, dude, hey, don't drop Kemba, bro. But, yeah, that... Kemba wasn't moving when he was on that stretcher, and he was also, like, in a neck harness and stuff.
It's just safety precautions and stuff like that. I mean, you see guys in the NFL get stretchered out like that all the time.
Yeah. That was... Yeah, so hopefully that's not too bad because Kemba's been killing it for the Celtics.
He's the leader.
He's definitely the leader. Him and then Jason Tatum, they've both been stepping it up. Gordon Hayward's been playing...
I heard Hayward got hurt too.
Did he re-injure his whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard he was injured now.
Kemba's kind of interesting because... he's like that dude. For the first 3 quarters, he gets everybody involved in the team. He's like, okay, I'm going to involve the rookies. I'm going to involve Jalen. I'm going to involve Jason. I'm going to involve, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, he's like, 4th quarter, he's like, it's Kemba time. It's fucking Kemba time.
Kemba is a team player, but if he needs to, he will take over.
He knows how to step it up. Yeah.
I think he looks to get his teammates involved.
He definitely
doesn't have that ego that Kyrie does.
Right. And
Kyrie wants to be the guy and take
all
the shots and have the ball in his hands the whole time. Kemba, I don't think, is really like that.
He's not. Yeah, he's a lot more team player, but he's like, I think that also plays well to like the team because like for the first 3 quarters I'm gonna be getting my assists. I'm gonna feed everybody, get them their points, and then everyone's kind of happy. Everyone's like, okay, cool, I got my points, and we know in the fourth quarter, he's gonna do his
if
thing.
people feel involved too, you got to think mindset like, oh, hey, I'm not doing anything, or like, hey, I'm having a good game, like let me step it up on D. Like people want to play with you if they feel like they're gonna be involved.
Yeah.
And then that translates to the defensive end because they're in the correct mindset to play defense.
Right. And it's interesting because Kyrie's not that way. And like the Brooklyn Nets, it's weird because the last few years, the Brooklyn Nets have actually made a lot of good basketball moves for their team through the draft, through trade and stuff. And then getting Kyrie this time was like the first move that they made that didn't feel like a basketball move. It felt like, yo, let's get a big name player here so we can try to sell tickets and sell jerseys or whatever the fuck. And
bringing him and Durant in, like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you got to remember, when they traded for Garnett and Pierce, and those guys, like, they gave up a lot of draft capital to where they weren't able to draft for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So they had to make these side moves and pay people that normally wouldn't get paid as much as they were, like Alan Crabb.
Yeah.
Guys like that. But, like, they do have good guards. They have Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, like, good shooters. Like, they got a solid team. And then that Allen kid, Jared, I think it's Jared Allen.
Yeah, I think so.
He's, good big man. Protect the paint. So for them, like, Kyrie and Kevin Durant move, it's to sell jerseys and get big names in the building, make their franchise more noticeable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, is it the correct fit? It's probably...
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And, like, KD's not even playing this year. And then Kyrie was going off for the first little bit, and then he got injured, but they weren't winning. And then he gets injured, and all of a sudden they start winning. It's kind of interesting. So hopefully Kemba comes back soon.
I think Kyrie's too ball dominant and he's a better version of James Harden, I want to say, with like getting teammates involved, but he's pretty much James Harden.
Yeah.
Like, you know how James Harden dominates the ball and then passes with 4 seconds left. He didn't set the shot up.
Right.
He's just, hey, check up a shot. I ain't taking that.
Right.
You know, and that's the way it is, I feel like, playing with James Harden. Yeah, James Harden gets you open looks because he's taking the attention away, but he's also giving you, you know, if he passes the ball and they close out on you, you're forced to take a terrible shot because there's only 3 seconds on the shot clock.
At least with James Harden, that like step back is pretty unguardable. Like he's always gonna, as long as he's like on, he's always gonna make that shot. Kyrie, I mean, he's got the best handles in this league. So I mean, like, at least with that, like, as a one-on-one player, he
can break down his guy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: what type of shot is he trying to make it look flashy to get the highlight?
Yeah, that's usually what it is. You know, he's trying to get the crowd involved and
rather than just go about your job and make the shot.
Yeah.
That I feel like Kyrie tries to make stuff too flashy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just my opinion. But,
yeah.
I mean, there's probably a lot of other people out there that feel the same way.
Do you know how long Kyrie's injuries set him back for? So right now they're out there 2 big stars.
But he was injured with the Celtics quite a bit.
That's the other thing. He's
injury
prone. Did people forget that shit?
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're like, oh, his knees, his ankles, he's fine. It's like, no, this is exactly, you paid all that money for him, and look, he's not even playing now.
Yeah. He was injury prone with the Cavs.
Yeah.
He misses a lot of games every year.
He misses a lot of games. I think people just forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
That and like, and we've said this for a while, he just doesn't make his team or his teammates better.
Yeah.
So
and he also has like he's very moody. He has mood swings.
Super moody.
Even the Nets came out and was like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to handle with this.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Kevin Durant, he's like, I know how to handle it. Like he
kinda. I mean, I guess he does.
They are friends.
He's not playing right now, so I mean, yeah.
But no, like KD said when he comes back, like he gets the mood swings.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Russell Westbrook probably both had mood swings when they played together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Russ or Kyrie? Who would you rather play with?
Russell Westbrook any day of the week.
Did you see that play? I did see a highlight of Russell Westbrook dribbling around the court for like 10 seconds and then he lost the ball out of bounds. I was like, wow.
But at least like Russell Westbrook does make his teammates better. Paul George had an MVP season when he was playing with Russ. And he even came out and said, like, Russ is a great teammate to have on your side, you know?
No, and even Durant said that.
Yeah.
Like, everybody who talks about Russ, like, the media turns Russ into the bad guy of,
Right.
like, ball dominant and stuff like that. But, like, you talk to any of his teammates, they all say he's great to play with. They love his attitude. Like, but do you think Westbrook wants to win a championship, or do you think he's stat chasing?
I think at OKC the last couple of years, I don't think he doesn't want to win a championship. I just think that he's like, I got to do what I got to do to keep this team above water.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the same as Harden, where Harden's just like,
Harden's
like, yo,
stats.
like, watch how dominant I can be on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. And he's doing that again this year with Russ on the team.
Yeah. But at least, like, it seems like it's working. So, maybe, like, what he needed was to have a teammate he's friends with. Who knows?
Who do you think the best player in the NBA right now is? Like, MVP right now?
I think, man, it's hard. That's hard.
It's got to be that man Luka, right?
Luka's killing it. Luka's at 20 years old doing unbelievable shit.
Yeah.
He's definitely like at the top of the conversation. I think LeBron is at the top of the conversation. You could throw James Harden in there. He's doing what he always does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, right now like Luka's doing really well. My focus is on LeBron right now, but I think Luka's like has very well could be MVP.
I'm surprised he gets that many rebounds. He's only 6'7".
Yeah. At 20 years old, that's kind of crazy. Like, he has more triple doubles. And like the thing about Luka is like he's so fundamentally sound.
He's a good teammate.
He's a great teammate. Every Euro player coming out like has the fundamentals down. Like they're always like fundamentally sound. But he's also got that X factor where it's like he's superstar.
Yeah.
He's not just Dirk where it's like I have a few set skills, but he's just like I'm overall superstar.
He can create his own shot. He can get his teammates involved.
Yeah.
You know, he has a step back like Harden, but it seems like he's more willing to try and make the shot than go to the free throw line.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I hate that thing. That whole like just draw fouls.
Yeah.
It's kind of what they've turned the NBA into. The Warriors are pretty much
Poop.
Yeah.
They got a G League team out there.
Yeah. Dude, Luka had more points,
rebounds and assists in the first quarter
than the entire Warriors team. They were like, dude, Warriors are getting blown out by like 60 points.
They have a G League team out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I hate to say it, I think it was the glue guy. I don't think it was Durant that they got rid of. I think it was the glue guy, Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
When they got rid of him,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what are they doing?
And
like, I get it, Iggy's old, but...
Dude, Iggy, I don't know. Is Iggy the best six man ever? He's up there, right?
He was...
Maybe not...
He was a star. He was... I wouldn't call him a superstar, but he was a star.
He was definitely a star, and he was definitely...
And he took a bench role.
He did.
Like in the prime of his career.
Maybe Manu might be the best six man ever.
Yeah.
But Iggy's right up there with him.
Yeah, I mean, and then you look at Jamal Crawford,
Yeah.
Lou Williams, all those guys. Like they're great coming off the bench. They don't have the ego.
Right.
Like they should start, but they know that they're probably going to have better numbers if they come off the bench.
Yeah, 100%.
They're helping the team.
Exactly.
Running the second unit.
Mm-hmm. With Steph, with Clay out for the year, probably. I wouldn't come back this year. Why would you? Steph broke his hand.
Steph, I don't think they're going to rush Steph back.
Why would you rush Steph back? Keep him out for the season. Let him heal up.
They're going to get a great draft pick.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, might as well get the draft pick out of it.
Yeah. And then maybe look to trade D'Angelo Russell mid-season.
Probably. How important is Green for that team? I always go back and forth.
A lot of people this year have been like, I told you Draymond Green was trash. And like,
I don't think he's
here's
trash,
the thing.
but like...
I think having Clay and Steph, like Draymond has a set skill.
Yeah.
Like he is good at distributing the ball, he basically is running the Warriors offense, right?
Right.
he may not have the ball in his hands the whole time, but he's a great passer for being a power forward, center,
Right.
whatever you want to play him at. He's great defensively, but he also has the two best shooters, arguably, ever in the NBA
Yeah.
on the same team. And to
It's
do
a lot of
that,
leeway.
yeah, I mean, you pass to one of them. One of
And
them
they're
is going to
always
be
running.
open.
They're always sprinting.
One of
running.
them was going to be open. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Green was great because he has great teammates.
Yeah. And he can facilitate.
But
the
now
ball to
that
him.
he doesn't have that,
Yeah.
like, it's
It seems like he's just another number out there.
yeah.
And with that, like he also like it's not you're not just getting, you're not just getting Green as like a great facilitator of the ball. You're also getting him with his mood swings, his anger issues, his locker room
Yeah.
shit. That I think Iggy probably played a big role into keeping him calm. Him and Steve Kerr, and it seemed like Steve Kerr's main job was to keep the team, mellowed out.
Yeah.
I think this year he's having to do more because his superstars are not there. So
Draymond's never been the best shooter. He can hit the three if
Every once in a
needed.
while, yeah.
I mean, he was getting open looks too because you got to remember who he was playing with. But yeah, it's just Draymond's not the greatest, but he is good.
yeah,
His shooting numbers, shooting percentages, and everything like that were never super high or
No,
whatever.
yeah.
He's just another player. He benefited from that playing with Steph and Clay.
yeah. Now let's look over to the Clippers. Let's look it over to LA.
Paul George is back.
He's finally back. Did you see that Rivers was
Teeing up his dad.
well, yeah, that happened. But Doc was like fined like $50K for being like inconclusive with reports on Kawhi, like with his health and stuff like that.
Oh, he wasn't disclosing injuries?
Yeah. And so the interesting thing about that is when gambling becomes legal across the board, like you're not going to be able to do that because people have money riding on the line. They're like, we need to know exactly what the fuck is wrong with this player because we're betting money on this.
Yeah. Well, so like the NFL is supposed to disclose all the injuries and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
sometimes after the game, players will be like, I had this. And it was like, whoa, that wasn't on the injury report. So
Right.
then the team gets fined and stuff like that. But yeah, the NBA, and now the NBA is supposed to disclose the actual height of players and not lie about it. So, you saw a bunch of people go up and a bunch of people go down.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Durant shot up. Oh, now he's listed at 6'11".
Yeah.
Because
Was he 6'11"?
Yeah, they said that he was listed at what? He was listed at 6'8" or 6'9" before that all the
I
time.
think 6'9", maybe 6'10".
Yeah, so he's up to 6'11" now.
Yeah.
And then you saw some of the bigger guys go down a couple inches.
Yeah.
There was one guy who 6'10" power forward. No, the guy's 6'7".
Yeah.
6'8", and I was like, damn.
Which is wild because it's like still fucking tall. Still.
Yeah,
incredibly
but
tall.
in the NBA,
Yeah.
I mean, to the players it probably doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
to the casual fan and stuff like that, you
Right.
kind of want to know how tall these guys are.
Yeah. So now that Kawhi's back, Paul George is back. What do you think about this load management shit?
It never happened before.
Right.
Players were fine. I think it's just prolonging or helping the stars get rest and prolong their careers, make their careers longer.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, you get paid for 82 games. People want to see you play 82 games.
Yeah.
As somebody that buys tickets, and you're sitting there, you don't want to have season tickets or buy tickets to a game and then all of a sudden the superstars are just sitting on the bench in suits.
Yeah. And the Spurs actually started this back when they had their dynasty with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. It's like, hey, we've had a rough couple games. And that's also on the scheduling of the NBA.
Yeah. I know they have in works for the 21-22 season some shifts, including a in-season tournament, postseason, they're trying to schedule different shit for the 21 season.
I mean, lower the amount of games. And just do one every other, don't do back-to-backs.
Yeah.
You want to prevent the load management stuff, don't do back-to-back games.
Yeah. It's a lot of games. It's too sometimes too many is like I understand that you're trying to just bring in as much money as you can. So like the more games,
Yeah.
But like
Cut the preseason.
yeah, you can do that. I mean, a lot of those players don't play. They play like a couple of quarters, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, but like, if you want to keep it 82 games, cut the preseason and try and eliminate the back-to-backs.
Yeah.
Unless you're staying at home. But even then, I mean, a team's got to travel. But,
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're at home for back-to-back games, like, traveling on the road, that sucks. Or airplanes. Like,
And also, like, it makes every game not as important. Like, if you go on, like, a couple game losing streak, it's like, whatever, you'll make it up later in the season or something. Because you just only have to hit a certain number.
I mean, it's not 162 games, so...
That's why
164.
It's the worst sport ever, yeah. Can't even watch baseball. There's been a lot of... D Rose came out and he was like, yo, if load management was around when I first came into the league, then I probably might still be Chicago Bull.
Nah, that's on his coach.
It's on his coach. It's definitely on his coach and definitely on his, like...
He ran Rose and Noah and Butler. All those guys are playing 40 minutes every night.
Yeah.
And that's on his coach.
Especially the way he plays, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just on the coach. It's on the way Rose plays. Like,
Sure.
it was bound to happen. Like,
Yeah.
but no, his coach was playing him 40 minutes every night, sometimes the whole game.
Yeah.
44 minutes. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, LeBron, like, I think the most he's ever played in a season was like 39 minutes a game, average 38 maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, your starters, your superstars, you really only want to play them 34 to 36 a night.
You have bench players for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like LeBron had to play that many minutes because his team was so bad.
Back in the Cavs days, the first time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally. And at least back then he was 18. So, you know, it's like his body's going to recover a lot better. But dude, this is his 17th year.
Yep.
Playing MVP caliber season, like hasn't diminished at all.
Yeah, and well, typically this is the time frame that those kids who were coming out of high school, the Kobe's, the Garnetts, you'd start to see decline in their game.
Yeah.
And with LeBron, you're not seeing that right now.
Yeah. That and like I think recovery tools and stuff like that have come a long way over the last 10 years. And so I think he spends so much, over $1 million a year on his recovery.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, it shows.
Yeah, Kobe was taking care of his body, but towards the end of his career, he was getting
He's just breaking down.
major injuries. Yeah. And so that's one thing LeBron has really never had to deal with so far.
Yeah, luckily for him. And then also, like, I think that's one of the other reasons LeBron's, you know, he shipped out a couple of players, brought in other players, because he's like, I can't do this whole thing on my own. And Lakers are doing phenomenal right now. They're number one in the West, aren't they?
I don't know.
I think they are. I don't think the Clippers are. The Clippers are on a losing streak for a little bit.
All I know is the Kings are poop right now.
Was that your pick?
I'm
Portland? I forgot who you said. I think you said Portland.
It could have been Portland, out of the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got Whiteside, McCollum, Lillard.
Speaking of Portland, they also have Carmelo Anthony back in the league, and I saw him drain some threes, quite a few threes.
His first game was kind of bad. Lillard wasn't playing, so he actually started the first game.
Yeah.
Went 4 for 14, I think.
From what I heard, he chose to come with Portland. I mean, this is in his interview. He was like, because they said, you know, you can be a starter, you can do this, you can do that.
Oh, they said that he could start?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to bring him off the bench.
That's what I would do, and I would only bring Carmelo onto a team if he's willing to play.
Here's the thing. No, here is the thing that bothers me. It doesn't matter if you come off the bench. It doesn't matter if you start. It matters how many minutes you play. Yeah. So if you're starting, okay. If you're coming off the bench, sometimes the guys coming off the bench, like Manu Ginobili, he was playing more minutes than the starters.
Yeah.
Andre Roberson, when he was starting for the Oklahoma City Thunder, when they had Durant and Westbrook and those guys, he was playing 12 minutes a game, starting.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you start or if you come off the bench. It matters how many minutes you play.
Harden was coming off the bench when he was on OKC.
Yeah. I mean, that whole, it's the mindset. Oh, I'm a starter. I'm like, it's a title. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I mean, what really matters to Carmelo Anthony?
Numbers.
Buckets.
It's the numbers. Yeah. So what gets you numbers? minutes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're coming off the bench.
Yeah. Are people excited? I mean, I know players are excited to see Carmelo Anthony play because they're friends with him.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to see him get his money and stuff. And I'd love to see him get his money. You know what I mean? But like, as a franchise, like, do you really?
Yeah. For me, I was actually surprised that LeBron didn't throw him a bone.
Yeah.
Bring him to the Lakers. I don't know if Melo wanted to go to the Lakers or not, but what's up with Chris Paul?
On OKC?
Yeah, is he playing?
I haven't seen a single OKC game.
Okay.
Because ever since
Westbrook.
everyone left that team, I haven't watched the Thunder at all. Let me restart that.
And
OKC?
Portland's 5-12.
Yeah, not doing so hot, huh?
No.
I mean, Carmelo Anthony's only played, 2 games there so far?
2 or 3.
Yeah. I haven't paid any. The only thing of the Thunder, I bought a Westbrook jersey after he left.
Oh, because they were cheaper.
Yeah. It was on sale, and I was like, I can work out in this. But yeah. I also.
So you're a jersey guy when you work out?
I've become a jersey guy lately. I like working out. I usually work out in like a tank top because it's like less restricting.
Yeah. But the jerseys are.
But it's like it's just cooler.
Yeah.
Instead of wearing this another black tank top, another red tank top, it's just like at least I have jersey. So I have a Westbrook jersey that I work out in. I have a Nike jersey, and then I have a no numbered Bulls jersey. But I don't know. How was Giannis doing this year?
He's averaging close to 30.
Okay.
I think he near the top of rebounding too.
Yeah.
So, I haven't really been paying attention too much basketball.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games and they go on all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the other thing about having 82 games. It's like because each game becomes less important. I pay less attention to each one. So it's like maybe I'll catch like a game a week or something, and it's like, and then I'll catch a bunch of highlights. But it's like, oh, I watched the Philly game this week, and then I watched the Celtics game the next week, or the Rockets game. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's never like consistent with watching games.
Yeah. Well, it's just I'm more of a playoff guy.
Yeah.
That's when I really start watching basketball. I get information fed to me,
Right.
Because I'm typically online playing with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Xbox and stuff like that.
Also, they're just feeding you stats.
You see this, you see that. Like we talk about sports and stuff like that. But like this year, like I really haven't played 2K this much this year because 2K is trash this year.
Oh, is it?
So that's why I've just been concentrating on Madden a lot. So, but yeah, I'm still in parties and I get fed information, but most of the talk has been about football this year.
Right. I mean, speaking of football, like Run CMC got the 99 rating.
Mm-hmm, he did.
As he should.
Oh, you heard about that?
As he should.
Welcome to the 99 Club.
Yeah.
I don't play regs though. I play Ultimate Team. Yeah. CMC's having a great year. I think Dalvin Cook has more yards than him, total yards though.
Mm-hmm.
So both those guys are. And I don't think Cook's getting MVP talk. You know who is? Kirk Cousins.
Why? Why?
Dude, ever since Diggs and Thielen called him out, he's been playing. He's been putting up numbers. I'll put it that way.
MVP talk numbers though? Get the fuck out of here! Who's talking about Kirk Cousins within the MVP? Like,
oh man, you'd be surprised.
That's the worst shit I've ever heard. The only thing that I thought the top 5 people up for MVP right now, only one of them is not a quarterback, and it's
Christian McCaffrey.
But the people that are like at the top of the list, I think Russell Wilson's still number 1 on their list, and then Lamar Jackson.
I think Lamar's number 1 right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
I personally still put Russell Wilson first
because of the way he's been doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's not only just the highlights; it's the numbers, the passing, the rushing, the touchdowns, and then the highlights.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why he's probably gonna beat out Wilson. is because he has more highlights and he's beaten the quality of opponent he's beaten.
They did just beat the Patriots. They just beat...
Dude, and if you look at the Ravens' schedule, if Lamar plays good in these last 5 games or how many ever games are left, their schedule is tough.
Is it?
Yeah, they're playing the Cowboys, they're playing the Rams, they're playing some other good teams. I think they play the Packers too.
Yeah.
Like, they have a tough schedule
the
next 5 games.
I would like to point out that I also called Ravens being the hardest team to beat in the NFL this year. So, a lot of good predictions coming this way.
Who's winning the Super Bowl? Let's go put some money on it.
Yeah, he's been absolutely killing it. There's a couple. Let's talk about that Steelers Thursday night game. I know it's like a week late, but like so the Browns Steelers. I was watching that game, and I actually stopped watching it before the fight broke out.
With what, like 30 seconds left? Because it happened with like 8 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, no, I actually stopped watching at around like the end of the third quarter, because like already you have the Steelers where you don't even have their main players playing, and then Juju goes out with a concussion or whatever, and so he's not playing, and then so I'm like, okay, this might be the worst quality Thursday night football ever.
I don't know. Did you watch this last Thursday game?
Which one's this one?
The Colts and the Texans.
Oh no, I didn't watch it actually. But I was watching that and I was like, this game kind of sucks. A lot of superstars aren't even playing. Injuries. People keep getting like somebody else got tossed out of the game, and so I was like, ugh. And so I was bored. And then like the next day, I was like, what happened in this game at the end? And so I rewatched it. And I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. What's your opinion on it? First reaction when you heard about it, what do you think happened?
My first reaction was, let me watch this fight, or let me watch what happened, and then I see, initially I see Mason Rudolph get tackled to the ground, and then...
Which, to me, clean.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so right there, let's break it down slowly. When that happened, I was like, okay, like, yeah.
It's a little harder hit, but it's not a flag.
He thought he still had the ball. He continued going through. It's Myles Garrett's job to sack the quarterback, get to the quarterback, pressure him. Clean hit, everything, put him down on the ground.
He had contact on him, and then the ball got thrown, and he kept running with him a little bit, and then knocked him down.
I mean, he can't stop momentum.
Yeah.
Like, he was there, he threw it, okay, he got hit. That's a QB hit, whatever. I have no problem with that. Myles Garrett's doing his job. Why did 8 seconds left in the game. The Browns were up. Doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like he's doing his job. I'm
with you so far.
Full motor.
Yeah.
Like that's the way Myles Garrett plays.
So far, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But then what we see is like Myles Garrett is like stays on top of him, and then I think Mason Rudolph actually tries to rip his helmet off first. And then when that happens, Miles like, nah, I'm big, bro. I'm gonna rip your helmet off, bro.
If you watch the video too, Rudolph kicked him in the nuts.
Did he?
Kneed him in the nuts.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that part. And so he gets his helmet ripped off by Myles Garrett, and then the 2 linemen come in and try to separate him and push Myles Garrett off. And then at that point, Rudolph is still trying to go after Myles Garrett. So he did he get knocked down by somebody else before that?
No.
Or did it happen after?
No. He had been hit a lot that game, I think. It escalated. Like, both of them this could have been totally preventable.
But he got blindsided by somebody.
Oh, yeah, Ogunjobi.
Yeah, did that happen before or after he got hit with the helmet?
That happened...
before? Or... I can't remember.
I think it was after.
Was it after?
Yeah. Because Ogunjobi... So... The lineman tried to separate him. Garrett tried to get off of them. But because Rudolph was going after him, he gets hit in the head with the helmet. He falls down, stands back up, and then Ogunjobi, I think, shoves him back down.
Then he gets hit back down. That helmet to the head. Dude, here's the thing. Like, everyone's like, this is the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen.
It happens in practice all the time.
People
getting their helmets ripped off.
That shit happens. Like, fights happen. Like, dude, this is like high adrenaline situations. You're pretty much like colliding with each other every play. When people are like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. The first thing I thought was, this brought ratings through the roof. This is the best thing that happened in that game, because that game was trash before this happened. Like, this, like, whatever you want to call it, like, if you want to call it a black eye for the sport, whatever, but, like, this brings ratings. And so the first thing I thought was, oh, okay, and if, like, this just spiked NFL's ratings, for sure.
My initial thought, when I saw that happened, I was like, oh, that motherfucker said something.
He had to have said something
to,
like, set somebody off like that.
Yeah, I was like, Myles Garrett's usually, like, a chill guy. Like, you saw the video of him, like, hugging a fan hugs him and then hits him in the face. Like, he didn't do anything about that. But, you know, he watches anime. He's kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
But, like...
He went full Super Saiyan on Mason Rudolph.
But it's like, what would make a guy lose his mind? Yeah. And that's the only thing that I can think of.
And then he said in his interview that
with the NFL,
racial slurs was the reason why he freaked out.
Yeah. And I think if you pull up Rudolph stuff, like, past like social media stuff, like there are some racial stuff.
Oh, really?
There.
See, like, I didn't look into that. I just assumed, like, when I saw that fight go off, and I was like, Myles Garrett's not really the type of dude to just.
That's what I was saying. I was like, what would make a guy do that?
And so I was like, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, Mason Rudolph must have said something to set him off.
And then also, like, Rudolph tried to pull his helmet off
first. Yeah. He went for the helmet first, and it's like, dude, you don't want no part of this.
And I want to know who leaked all that information, because Myles Garrett didn't say any of that to the media.
Yeah.
Like, he could have originally, as soon as it happened after the game, said something like that after the media. But he told the NFL in private, closed doors. So who leaked it?
Yeah.
Was it Myles Garrett's people that leaked it, or was it the NFL?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's hard to say, because the NFL says that there's no audio to prove that what was said or anything like that. But like, the lineman protecting Rudolph makes it okay. So maybe they didn't, because the linemen, the same color. Yeah. It's hard to deal with. Like, I feel bad for.
Well, the lineman also, it's like, at that point, it's like, okay, I don't want my quarterback to get injured.
Yeah, well, they're reacting to what they saw.
Yeah,
not because you can't hear.
He could have said something while Garrett was on top of him.
Exactly,
it's a real close quarters.
Yeah, nobody can hear.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, just seeing Rudolph try to attack, like, go around and try to attack. I was just like,
give me my helmet back. Okay, here you go.
Yeah. I was like, dude, that's like, that hit with the helmet, I'm like, oh, that's concussive. Like,
dude, it could have been so much worse.
It could have been worse
because it hit him on the open side
and on the padding.
Yeah, if he would have hit him with the top of the helmet, dude,
cracked the skull. Yeah. Something. Yeah. But yeah,
I'm hoping he's only suspended the rest of the year.
Yeah, I hope it's just this year.
I don't.
There was talks like 30-year suspension. I'm like, 30-year suspension? Dude, I mean, get the fuck out of here. For not even like for fighting somebody on the field. It's like in the heat of the moment. It's not even like off field shit where you're punching chicks in the face or whatever, booting them. Like,
I don't even think Rudolph got suspended either. Did he get suspended? I know he got fined. I don't know if he got suspended.
I can't remember.
But and I think I've heard rumors the reason why the NFL didn't rule on Rudolph is because he could have pressed charges against Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and he said it wasn't going to.
Yeah.
And then somebody else got stomped out, didn't they?
Yeah, that was Myles Garrett getting stomped
out by the two linemen?
Yeah,
okay. And then they got suspended too, didn't they?
Yeah, they got one of them got 3, or no, Ogunjobi, the guy who shoved the quarterback down after that you were talking about, he got suspended, I think, 1 game.
1 game?
The lineman that was stomping out Garrett and punching him, he got 3.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of other people got suspended. Or not suspended, but fined.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was wild. All like in the last, 10 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
All when nothing matters.
Yeah. The game was over.
The game was way over.
Yeah. Backup quarterback,
Is he the backup or is he the third string?
He's the backup
is he backup to Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because he got injured.
And
for a
think,
couple of
all
games.
of this could have been prevented had Roethlisberger been there. If he hadn't gotten hurt.
Yeah. If he hadn't been so fucking old, just throwing his elbow out without even getting hit.
Dude,
Tommy
where's Andrew
Johns.
Luck when you need him? Andrew Luck would have been like patted Miles.
I know,
Hey,
like,
good hit, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for knocking me down, bro. Dude, I can't even. I still can't believe the Colts never like set up a line for that guy.
Well, he did. They did towards the end.
Yeah,
Quentin Nelson
after it's too late. Yeah,
Quentin Nelson, All Pro.
Yeah.
Second year in the league, All Pro. First year, All Pro again this year.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was a wild Thursday night that I found out the next day because I stopped watching that game. You see the Colin Kaepernick open tryout or open workout that he.
Dude, what's going on with him? Like, I heard reports the NFL was setting it up, and then Kaepernick's like, "Oh, last second, hey, I'm gonna switch the location." It's like,
So he was supposed to perform at the Falcons Stadium.
Yep.
And then NFL's like, okay, we'll give you receivers. There's gonna be 24 teams, possibly 20. I think 25 teams that agreed to show up, and then I think that was agreed on Tuesday, and then I think like a couple days later he was like, "Yo, okay, I want my own receivers," which makes I get that part where like I don't want you to provide the receivers. I want my own receivers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm down with that. Whatever, cool. And they were like, okay. And then he's like, okay, I want to change the location to a fucking high school football. And then I was like, oh, okay, why? What is it?
Yeah.
Now less teams are gonna show up. I think only 18 teams showed up.
Especially when you do it last second.
Yeah.
Like, what was it, like 2 hours before the workout was supposed to happen? I heard reports that it got switched or whatever.
Yeah. And then during he had some decent throws during the open tryout. People were saying he still has elite skills from what they saw. From what I saw, it was okay.
Slow.
It looks okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't wearing pads. There's nobody rushing him, and he still has arm strength where he can throw it down. But it's like, dude, on just a fucking go route like that, like what? I mean, you're just throwing it deep.
For me, should he have been in the NFL all along, in a starter or backup capacity?
Easily.
Yes.
Yeah, easily.
The talent's there, like everybody knows.
He hasn't thrown the football in like 3 years.
Yeah, he hasn't played in 3 years. Like, I get it. Like, he filed a grievance with the NFL, which I'm pretty sure he won for being blackballed, whatever.
He did.
He got paid out for that.
Yeah, he took the settlement and took a big pay.
Yeah.
My biggest thing was...
Why is the NFL doing this for him now? Do you think I heard it was like the Jay-Z Rock Nation thing with the NFL.
I heard Jay-Z Jay-Z put a little pressure on Goodell. Jeez, combining two different guys' names. To like at least set something up.
Yeah.
Because I know Jay-Z got a lot of flack when he took that gig because they're like, why the fuck would you want to work with the NFL? It's like, you guys don't even understand. Like, in order to make change happen, you have to be in certain positions.
Yes.
So it's like, this is kind of like, see what he was trying to do. Like, he's like trying to provide something. And so I think the NFL mostly was like, okay, just to prove that we're not racist, let's at least set it up. So I think the NFL was trying to do, and I think the NFL came out with a win on this one. Like, for me, I'm like, why does Cap even want to play for the NFL? You've already proved your point. You haven't taken a single interview.
Didn't some team offer him like a contract like a couple of years ago, but it was too low, so Kaepernick said no.
Yeah.
Like after he left the Niners, that some team
offered him in the NFL?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a team offered him a contract, but it wasn't what Kaepernick wanted to get paid.
I remember he got offered by the CFL.
Okay.
And then he wanted $20 million, and they were like, "Oh,
you're crazy."
They're like, "We don't have that kind of money.
We don't even make that much."
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, we can't pay that." But yeah, I was just, and then afterward, he did that big press conference, and he's like, handball's in their court now. Like, let's prove something. Like, you're not racist or whatever. And it's like, it seemed more of like some sort of show than to actually try to be on a team.
Well, and a lot of people think that Cap doesn't really want to play football.
I don't think
he wants the money and the platform.
Yeah.
It's not really the passion to play football.
The biggest thing is like at this point up till now, he's kind of been like a martyr, where it's like, he took a stand for something, got blackballed, took a settlement, whatever. Like, he actually he has money. He doesn't spend it. Like, he's pretty frugal with his money, and like he's got charities and stuff like that. I think anything that he does now, like, is kind of going to diminish
I have no problem with what Cap originally did.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, oh, you're not standing. Like, you don't, like, it's still respectful to
You know what's
kneel.
weird?
Like, you talk to military people and stuff
He
like that.
did.
Like, he went about it the right way. He demonstrated something and it got a conversation started.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. I have no issues with what he did. A lot of people freaked out about it. And I was like, bro, like, military doesn't care. He's still respectful of the flag. The military person, hey, don't sit on the bench. That's disrespect.
That's what. Yeah, he spoke to somebody in the military.
You
they're
stand,
like, they're
kneel
like,
instead.
They're like, instead of sitting, kneel for it, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then he's like, oh, okay, I'll just do that then. To like, and so, yeah, like, that's the whole thing got skewed. But but now it's like, yeah, I don't know what he's trying to do anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's trying to go for.
And I'm pretty sure Martellus Bennett now, like he stands for he went to the Cowboys and the Cowboys are like, hey, we all stand for the flag.
Stand to get the fuck out.
It's part of what we do. Like,
yeah.
You know, yeah, it's. I don't know about Cap though.
Yeah, I'm not
like,
sure.
I don't think his passion to play is there. Like I said, I think he wants a platform. He wants the money.
Yeah.
I don't think his passion is there.
Yeah, and my biggest thing is that with fighters that don't fight for 3 years, like Conor McGregor, if you don't step in the ring for or the octagon for 3 years and you come in, you're gonna be rusty, and it's like you haven't thrown the football against an NFL team in years.
You can do all the sparring you want and everything
it's
like
just not
that.
the same.
It's not the same as being in a fight,
right?
You know.
But yeah, it was interesting to me. I don't know how I feel about it. I just don't think he really wants to play.
Yeah. The passion. Yeah.
The passion stuff. The other thing that I want to talk about with the NFL, Cam Newton trade talks.
Bears. Go to the Bears, bro.
Yeah. I was like, yo, if I said it, I was like, if I'm the Panthers and Josh Allen's coming in and killing it, or what's his name?
K. Allen, whatever.
One of them, yeah. Allen's coming in and killing it. I'm looking to trade and get some value out of Cam Newton.
How many Allens are there in the NFL
Too many.
that are quarterbacks right now?
Oh.
Like 3, 4?
I think 3 that are quarterbacks and then a bunch of others that are just out there. You think the Bears get rid of Trubisky?
Trubisky is turd. Turd bisky. He is trash.
Yeah.
No, I play with a lot of Bears fans or a couple people from Chicago. They fucking hate him.
Really?
Yeah, he's terrible, bro. He drops back and he's like, huh, and then just runs.
Was he first round number 1 pick?
They traded up to grab him before Mahomes.
Yeah, I remember that. And somebody else too, right?
There was another good quarterback in that draft too.
Yeah. If I'm Carolina, I'm trying to get as much value from Cam as I can.
You're not going to get a whole lot for him. A lot of Carolina fans are actually like, whoa, like Allen has taken a step back the last couple of weeks, and they're like, whoa, do we really want to get rid of Cam?
Yeah.
It would be smart for the Panthers to get rid of him just because that's a lot of money. I don't know if they can drop him now or renegotiate with him. But, I mean, you got to be looking to rebuild. McCaffrey does play better without Cam.
That's been proven this year.
So it'd be, I don't know if McCaffrey would be as good without or with Cam.
With Cam back in there.
Yeah. So it matters about the passing to the flats and stuff like that because Cam isn't the best passer when it comes to like throwing those little short routes, which is crazy.
Yeah.
He's not that ball placement, pinpoint accuracy type guy. So
that's kind of been, that's kind of like, I know Vic was talking about Lamar and stuff and how like the biggest change to Vic had to learn throughout the years was like, because he always had that crazy arm strength.
Mm-hmm.
He had like one of the fastest releases, so it was hard to like, you're never going to block him. He had to just learn, like when he went to like more of a West Coast offense, and he had to just learn those short passes and just, you can't just smash the ball in there because it's going to get deflected and tipped.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be a lot more accurate.
You have to know what type of throw, touch pass, like bullet, like lob, like you have to have, it's not mechanics, but just know what type of throw you need to throw. You
Yeah.
can't just bullet it in there all the time. And see, when Cap was on the Niners, like, that's all I saw him do was bullet the ball.
Yeah.
So Lamar is getting better as a quarterback.
100%.
And he's wanting to do that. But at the same time, he also has that ability to get outside the pocket and make video game
He's
type
a
moves.
superhero when he runs with the ball. Dude,
See him
he hit a
spin
double
move?
spin move.
Yeah.
And still didn't get tackled. I'm like, this dude's crazy.
Video game stuff right there.
It's unbelievable. There's a walking highlight on the field.
Yeah.
You see Mark Ingram?
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like presenting Lamar. He's like bringing Lamar up to the
Meet
podium.
me outside the bank.
Yeah, I'm about that. Oh, man. Mark Ingram is another dude. It's like, I don't understand how he's still doing so well so many years in.
He's not that old.
He's not?
He's like 28, 29.
That's it?
Yeah.
I feel like
he's towards the end of his career, for sure.
I feel like he's been playing forever.
Nah, he hasn't been playing that long.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Better than Trent Richardson.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. Like, Alabama produces a lot of good players. Not many of them are running backs or quarterbacks for the NFL.
Didn't Derrick Henry play at Alabama?
Derrick Henry is one of the few. Josh Jacobs is one of the few.
Josh Jacobs is playing pretty good this year.
Those two might be in Mark Ingram now. Like, Mark Ingram's first couple years were not that good. But Mark Ingram
But
now,
that's more of the opportunity
Sure.
type thing. And they had 3 running backs when he first came in because I think, was Reggie Bush still there?
Yeah.
And Darren Sproles was still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Jacobs has been killing it. But usually, like, they produce great linemen, great receivers, and great DBs. But yeah, I'm surprised at how well he's still doing so many years in. Who's is Frank Gore still playing?
He is.
Yeah.
He's in the Bills.
Yeah, and then there was somebody else too. It's like a super old running back. I'm just like, how are running backs still lasting that many years?
Dude, Frank Gore is climbing up the all-time rushing leaderboard.
Yeah.
Didn't he play when Clinton Portis was there
I think so.
at Miami?
Yeah.
He's been in the NFL how?
So many years, yeah. Wow. I mean, even Adrian Peterson.
He's up there too.
Yeah. Those dude, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how. And like AP is like
Running backs are weird. Like, you get that age as a running back, there's something about you that isn't normal.
yeah. Because you're only supposed to last 3 years.
Hey, could have been load management. For Ingram, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, having like 2 other players.
Yeah,
to take the snaps.
Whereas Peterson
Is
has
just a
taken all
freak.
those hits for seasons and seasons.
I don't know how he does it.
Well, when he went to the Cardinals, though, he didn't play that much. When he was on the Arizona Cardinals,
Yeah.
and then he went and he's on the Redskins. This is what,
Yeah.
second or third
This
year?
is his, I thought, second year, maybe third, but
Yeah.
yeah. I thought he was only coming back for 1 year, whatever, but he's,
Yeah, he's still carrying the rock.
yeah.
Couple 100 yards here and there. Nothing like we saw at the beginning of his career, but
Yeah.
it's age.
So how do you think Russell Wilson's going to do in this MVP race?
I think he's
gonna
going to
fall
lose
short?
out. It depends on how Lamar plays.
For the last
Russell
5
Wilson, you kind of already know what's going to happen with him, what he's going to produce
Yeah.
and bring to the table. Well, I think it really depends on how well Lamar is going to play
You think
down the stretch.
Seahawks have an easier schedule for the next 5 games
I'm pretty sure they do.
between the two?
Yeah. I mean, dude, I was so mad that the Cardinals lost to the Niners. They had that game.
Very last,
Yeah.
down to the last little bit.
Sorry, I hate the Niners.
Let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about Tua real quick. Tua goes out with an injury.
Yep.
And that pretty much takes Alabama out of the playoffs. Because now, like, the people that vote, the CBS that vote the top 4 teams, they don't purely just look at your record. They look at, as a team as a whole, what do you bring to the table? Who is the best team? That's how they choose their top 4. And with Tua gone, they're not going to make the
How many they have one loss?
They have 1 loss.
To
And they're
LSU?
in 5th. They're in 5th. Yeah,
To
to LSU, who's number 1.
They can still make it because their loss is against probably the number 1 team in the nation.
But because Tua's injured, they're not going to make it.
You depends on how the other teams behind them do. If one of those teams in the top 4 right now lose coming down the stretch, they're in.
But
If Alabama wins out convincingly, and one of those teams in the top 3, other than LSU, I don't see LSU.
Well, there's 2 teams that are undefeated, I think, and the other 2 have 1 loss.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I mean, but if one of those teams loses, Alabama's going to be playing in those. And like the backup quarterback at Alabama is still probably.
Do you know who the backup quarterback at Alabama is right now?
No, I don't pay attention to college football.
Tua's younger brother.
There you go.
I didn't even know Tua had a younger brother until I saw him play, and I was like, "Why does it say Tagovailoa?"
They have a great running back.
Yeah.
Najee.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the team, like, and you know, he's not Tua, but he's you know, still got it. But like, so for Tua, in his next year potentially, he's going to go into the draft, right?
Yep.
And the thing that I've been saying this whole time was, so there's a positive and negative. The whole time I was like, I if you're going to compare him to like a, what's his name on the Cardinals?
Midget.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. He's definitely taller than him, but like, yeah, you know, he's still not the 6'5" quarterback that people generally look towards. But I could see him falling to the Panthers. I think Panthers got the 13th pick.
They're projected to have the 13th pick, right? Or right now?
Yeah. That's very plausible.
The Dolphins are what, number 6 now?
Yeah.
They won 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah.
I mean, the Dolphins could still take him.
They could. I don't think he's definitely not going to be the first quarterback taken, though.
No, it's going to be the LSU kid.
Yeah.
I think he can come out Burrows.
Whatever. And then, you know, there's also Jalen
Hurts.
Hurts might, you know, depending on people.
He's on the short end of the spectrum, isn't he? Like 6 foot?
Not even, I don't think.
5'11"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's just a little bit taller than Kyler.
You know, people are projecting right now and stuff like that, but then once they start working out and doing all that stuff and interviews and all that stuff, like you see draft stocks.
Right. They fluctuate.
Yeah. Because like when the season ended last year, nobody was thinking Kyler was going to go number 1.
No one thought he was going to play football. I thought he was going to go baseball.
Yeah, because but like what I'm saying is that like quarterbacks are the fluctuating ones.
Yeah.
Because a team needs a quarterback, that's where you're going to get drafted. Whereas like you see like okay, take for example Alex Smith, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Niners had the number 1 pick. They had to decide which quarterback they liked better. They drafted Alex Smith. What happened to Aaron Rodgers? All the way down to the 24th pick because teams didn't need a quarterback. Those teams that were drafting right there, they didn't need one.
They didn't, yeah, exactly. So it's like, and then they always go like, all the teams that passed on Aaron Rodgers. Like, well, not really. There's like 3 teams that passed on him because everybody else wasn't looking to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
The
quarterback draft, there was 2 quarterbacks that everybody was looking at to be potentially drafted in the first round. This year, you might see more teams looking for a new quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, Big Ben's getting older. Phillip Rivers might be on the way out. The Patriots, Tom Brady. You can see all these teams potentially needing to draft the replacement to their franchise quarterback right now. Because a lot of the quarterbacks in the NFL are getting older right now.
Yeah.
Other than, you know, the Mahomes, Lamar Jackson,
right,
Russell Wilson. Like, those teams don't need a quarterback. The Cowboys could potentially draft a quarterback if they figure they don't want to pay Dak.
They'll pay Dak. They'll find a way to pay Dak.
Please don't.
They'll franchise tag Dak and then...
Please don't pay the man.
The 2 teams that I see most likely getting Tua, I think, are either the Bears or the Panthers.
Which is crazy. The Bears need a quarterback, and they just spent 2 years ago. They drafted Trubisky number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
If I'm Tua, oh man, I'm praying for the Panthers.
Vikings need a quarterback potentially.
That would be nice.
They don't, you know, Kirk Cousins isn't the long-term answer.
Yeah, you got 2 solid players out there. You got a great running back, like.
Yeah.
If I'm anything, I'm looking at the silver lining, and if I'm Tua, I'm going, you know what? Things might work out. I'm just going to work on recovery and just, you know, and pray, cross my fingers that I don't get picked by a shitty team.
All right, here's another team that needs a quarterback. The Redskins. Dwayne Haskins is not the answer.
This is his first year. I don't think they'll get another quarterback right. Has anybody ever drafted a quarterback and then drafted another quarterback the next year without injury?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Was it the Browns?
Nope. Last year. this past.
Oh, Redskins?
Nope.
Again? Who was it?
Cardinals. They drafted Josh Rosen in the top 10, and then they turned around and drafted Kyler number 1. You forget about it. Like, Rosen's not even playing it with the Dolphins.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that guy. Yeah. I don't know. I'm, as an Alabama fan and as a Tua fan, I think he fits best with the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't even know who needs a quarterback. I mean, I guess the Bucks. The Bucks need a quarterback. Jameis Winston's not the answer.
That's definitely not the answer.
Potentially, you could see the Falcons. Maybe they want to move on from Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I don't. That would be kind of interesting if Falcons went.
Tua?
Yeah. Because you got some of the best receivers out there.
They've been winning games recently, too. Ever since the Sanu trade,
yeah.
They've won the last 2, I think.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think also...
Freeman's out again, though.
Yeah. You see DeAndre Hopkins going off this past game?
I saw he had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Fuller. They were talking, the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins. I was like, what?
Will Fuller?
He had another good game. He had like 150 receiving yards, I think.
Yeah. Who's the best duo out there? There's some good duos.
I think the best up and coming duo.
Diggs and Thielen is a pretty good duo.
That might be the top.
Yeah.
It just depends on their quarterback.
Right.
I mean, because both of those guys are number ones if you put them on another team.
Yeah.
Other than, with the Julios and stuff like that. The Cowboys have a decent duo. Gallup.
They might have a trio.
Yeah. Gallup is good.
Yeah.
Like, Gallup is making super strides. He got hurt earlier in the season, so you really don't hear about him as much. But no, I like
Amari
that
Cooper's
duo.
a monster.
But they run the ball, too.
Yeah.
They run the ball a lot.
And they have one of the best running backs in the league, so.
Yeah. Other than that, I can't really... I guess Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins.
I mean, you could say
Julio
and Ridley.
But it's just been a bad year for them.
Yeah.
They've been stopped way too much. They haven't been scoring as many points. So you look at that and what's the problem? Once again, I hate to say it again. What's wrong with the Falcons?
I don't know. It's not. Well, it's crazy because Matt Ryan is top 3 in yards.
He always
in passing yards.
He always.
So I just don't. Does he just not produce in the red zone? I just don't know.
Underrated top duo in the league: Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay.
Yeah.
Both of them are good. One of them will go off one game, the other one will go off.
It's crazy because Stafford is having maybe the best season of his career.
But he broke his back last week or 2
Oh,
weeks
did he?
ago. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, because
he was then.
The Cowboys played the Lions last week and it was the backup.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clearly didn't watch that game. I was like, man, Stafford's killing it.
Well, you didn't watch it because you were in bed all day.
Oh, that's yeah. I was dead. I was dead for the whole day.
I woke up and all the games were over. I slept the entire... Yeah. It's like, oh, crap.
So if you had to make some predictions now, going into postseason, close to postseason, we're 5 games away. It's hard to not say
the
Patriots.
The NFC is really... It's hard to predict.
AFC is a lot easier to predict.
Yeah, the 3 top teams in the AFC. Yeah, because they're 3 of the best teams in the NFL right now.
The AFC has a big gap between the top and the bottom, so...
I mean, a lot of people are sleeping on the Chiefs right now because Mahomes got hurt for a couple weeks, so he was out, so a lot of...
And then when he came back, he was iffy.
He played good last week,
yeah.
But yeah. So, the top 3 teams in the AFC are Patriots, Ravens and Chiefs. That's a scary trio right there. Whereas in the NFC, you kind of still don't know who's going to win the divisions, who's going to be the wild card.
Right.
Other than the Niners and probably the Packers.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big Packer believer. I don't think they're as good as their record indicates. Same with the Niners. The Niners have a lot of holes. Their defense is good, but I can't trust that offense.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Jimmy G...
He throws a lot of picks. He turns the ball over a ton.
Yeah. He's had some games where he's looked great and some games where he's looked all right.
I will say that the Seahawks-Niner game, a lot of the picks were, receivers are dropping the balls. there's nothing new. They're getting picked off and stuff like that, but a lot of them are Jimmy G as well.
Yeah. Okay, so going into NFC, who's the scariest team in the NFC?
I still think it's the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at the roster, it just matters on the play calling. Zeke hasn't looked Zeke-ish this year, I guess.
Yeah.
But they can throw the ball. It matters. Really what it's going to come down to is the defense creating turnovers, because we haven't created a lot of turnovers this year. But who do I think is going to make the playoffs? It's going to be the Cowboys, Packers, Niners, Vikings, and then the Saints, and then the last team I have no idea.
I'd probably go Hawks on the last team.
Seahawks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Vikings will beat out the Eagles. The Eagles could technically win the division, and then the Cowboys would be out of the playoffs. Because the Cowboys have kind of a rough schedule.
Yeah.
Play the Patriots this weekend, turn around, play the Bills on Thursday. Two top-notch defenses, and then I think we play the Rams and the Ravens.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
For the last 4.
And then there's a couple games after that get easier. I think we play the Eagles one more time, and I think we play the Redskins to finish off the year.
Eagles are... I don't know what I think about the Eagles. They have such high potential, but then...
They've had a lot of receiver injuries this year.
Yeah.
Like you just said, Jeffrey's out again.
Is out this year.
Deshaun Jackson's out for the year already.
Yeah.
So...
That's probably going to be their biggest hindrance. That's probably the reason they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Outside of that, is there anything else? Dude, baseball is so boring that I watched a 20-minute video of animals running on the field. It was 16 minutes long. Of animals interrupting the game.
Oh.
And
that was the most exciting the crowd got?
Yeah, the crowd's all excited. There's cats on the field. There's ducks on the field. And the announcers, I don't know how baseball announcers don't fall asleep. But, the announcers, literally at one point, the announcer was like, oh, the duck flew out of here. What are we going to talk about now? He literally said that, and I was like, this is how boring baseball is.
Baseball's fun to go to if you go with friends and just drink and hang out.
Okay, what can they do to make baseball better? This is how we'll end it.
They've tried speeding up the game. It's because baseball is the longest sporting event.
It is.
A game could last 2.5 hours, or it could last 5.
But cricket, can last 4 days, and more exciting shit happens in cricket than baseball, because there's every play, if you hit the ball, everyone is running. Everyone's on the move. I think, first of all, the field needs to be smaller. We need more home runs.
No, okay, so that's what I was going to get into. Baseball is fun. A baseball game could go 2 ways. You're going to see baseball as fun if there's a lot of home runs, or if there's a no-hitter perfect game going on. That makes it intriguing.
Intriguing in a highlight. But when you're watching nothing happen for 9 innings, you're like... Oh, this fucking sucks. You know what's interesting about baseball? The most interesting stuff is when players... I think they need to bring more player interaction into the game. Because, players will prank each other in the dugouts and stuff like that all the time. And, they need to bring more personality to baseball to make it more interesting. Because right now they're trying to make it about highlights. And how often is there, a diving catch? It doesn't happen very often.
Or robbing a home run.
Yeah, that shit doesn't happen very often, but they keep playing up these highlight moments, and the highlight moments is not what is built for baseball.
Baseball is more about failure than anything.
Yeah, and there's a lot of downtime in baseball when nothing's happening, and that's when they need to bring more what if they had a catcher cam?
Dude, they already do. Don't they have an ump cam?
But you know how in golf where the dude will tee off and they'll show
the trajectory.
Maybe they could do that for baseball.
They do that with the pitches, But
they show a dot, right?
Yeah.
They where it lands. They don't. I don't know.
Don't they do the curve on it?
They'll show a curve on it sometimes, but if you could see real time catcher cam where it's oh, this is what the players are really seeing when they're trying to swing for the fences. It's split second.
Yeah.
Like you have to decide in a fraction of a second if that's a curveball coming to you, going like landing in, or if that's a fastball coming at your face.
I don't watch baseball. I'll go to baseball games. I think they're fun to go to.
Yeah,
like just
I think it's
chill,
what everyone,
hang out, and like stuff like that.
People
But,
look
like,
at
I
it
don't
as like a sunny day sporting event.
Tune in to TV and watch the game.
No, people go to like, I think the casual fans are like, okay, it's a nice day out. A bunch of my friends are not doing anything. A fucking $9 seat can give me a good seat anywhere in you know what I mean? I get $9 to get into the beer garden.
Yeah.
We can drink and then casually look at the scoreboard every once in a while.
Well, to me, it's a long baseball. I'd rather go to a baseball game than a football game, like an NFL game. Like I've been to one NFL game in my life, and we didn't tailgate. I went with my dad and stuff like that.
I would never tailgate.
Like we sat like 5 rows back.
Yeah.
I would rather watch the game on TV.
I went to the year the Seahawks won. I was at every home game, and dude, I was there for a Monday night game against the Saints, and all of a sudden this 3-hour game is now like a 5.5-hour game because of all the TV timeouts and stuff.
Yeah,
worst experience ever.
It's to me. I was like, why is there so many breaks?
Yeah, you don't realize
the
that
TV timeouts,
yeah.
bro. I'm like, what the.
I was like, dude, we've been here for almost 6 hours. This sucks. And it's like, it was a December, January game, something like that. And I was like, dude, I'm freezing. Like, this is awful.
No, yeah. That's what happened the game I went to. I went and watched the St. Louis Rams versus Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. Because there's just a lot of not
there's
happening.
There's a lot of downtime on those TV games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, yeah. I had completely forgotten about that. I was just like, oh, Monday night game against the Saints. That's a great game. This is like 13 or something like that, 14, and yeah.
Every other possession is like a 10-minute break.
Yeah, it was awful.
Wow.
I was like, we've been here forever. It's not even halftime.
Wait, why are they stopping the clock and what's happening?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, baseball. I don't know what they got to do, but they got to
speed it up.
How would they speed it up? There's too many games. First of all, too many games.
Yeah.
Cut that down by a third.
But you can't because of numbers, like stats and stuff like that.
That's the other thing that I feel about like NBA playoffs, like NFL playoffs. Every game is so important. First of all, the season's only 16 games.
Every game is important in the NFL.
Yeah, and so the regular season is super important. But then when you get into playoffs, like you're one and done if you lose. When you're NBA, like I understand for revenue standpoint, that's why they have it. But it's like, it's not as impressive when it's like, okay, like we just got to win best of 7. Like, are you gonna beating the Warriors 4 times when they're healthy is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's not like every game like you have a shot.
Every game is important in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, like you got to think.
But like you can lose one and be like, yeah, we're good.
During the NBA season, you don't play a team 4 times in a row. You play them 4 times throughout the year.
Yeah.
So lineups are going to be different. It's a little bit different when you get into playoffs and like, dude, we got to like beat this team 4 teams. Like it's kind of a chess match because you matchups, everything like that.
Yeah.
Are you hot? Are you cold? Like if you're cold for 4 games, like you're screwed.
Right. But yeah.
But the playoffs. Maybe when I was in like high school, I think they changed the first round to 7 games because it used to be 5. You used to see a lot more upsets when that first round was 5, best of 5.
Yeah.
But then they changed it to 7 for revenue purposes.
Yeah. But can you imagine if the NBA playoffs were like one and done?
Do you think the NBA playoffs should be 3-5-7? 7?
Oh, like for the finals is when it comes to 7?
Yeah, first round 3 game, best of 3, second.
It would definitely make it more interesting. It would make it everything so much more pressured and so much more important.
Getting home court advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be interesting if they did 3-5-7-7.
Yeah.
It would also make the win more impressive. You know what I mean? Like,
you're not exerting more energy. People would probably try and get a playoff spot more.
Yeah.
Or make the regular season more important because then, like, hey, we need to get to the playoffs. Like, all we got to do is win 2 games in the first round. We're advancing. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they do because I know NBA is trying to establish an in-season tournament, and then it's like you have to earn your playoff spot, and then you have to. Then there's like a.
So if you win the in-season tournament, you automatically will make the late season, postseason?
I don't think they've set up everything yet, but I know they're trying to set up an in-season tournament. So I think that would mean less games during the regular season, and then the tournament starts maybe halfway through the season. I don't know how they're going to do it, but 21 to 22 season is when they're going to first set that up.
Get rid of the All-Star break.
That's the other thing. Do you ever watch any All-Star stuff?
No.
Like,
I used to watch
do you watch the Pro Bowl?
I used to watch the stuff before the Pro Bowl, like the passing competition.
Yeah, I watched that.
The drills.
That's the only thing
that was
I
entertaining. It's like, wow, that's cool.
And and that stuff, it's like a web series. I watched that the other day. I watched last year's Pro Bowl fun games, the accuracy stuff, the
defensive line drills, doing drills and stuff like that.
Who has the best hands and stuff like that.
That stuff's fun to watch.
That's interesting, yeah. And it's like a carnival game.
Yeah.
With NFL players, and that stuff is interesting, but I don't give a fuck about the Pro Bowl.
All-Star break. Hate to say it, the best part of it is the little competition for the passing or the drills, shooting, passing, do an obstacle course or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't watch the dunk contest or the 3-point contest. Oh, cool, you can dunk the ball. Oh, cool, you can shoot a 3-pointer.
Yeah, and then it's anything that I catch on that, I don't watch. I catch the highlights on YouTube.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think a lot of people watch it just to watch it because there's no sports going on during that time frame.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can watch. Because there are people that just only watch sports every day.
Yeah.
They don't watch TV.
Wow.
They don't do
Sorry to be
All right. Well, that's probably it for this week.
Yeah.
That was a good
2-week hiatus. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I think we got through
Miles
pretty much
Garrett.
all of it. So hopefully he's only out for one season.
I'm hoping he's back next year.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's a lot of money out of his pocket too.
Yeah. I'm hoping he comes back. I'm hoping Tua goes to the Carolina Panthers. We'll see what happens.
And I'm hoping the Cowboys get rid of Dak Prescott. We out.
That's it. We appreciate y'all listening this week. Stay tuned. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.